What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scrub Supreme here, coach of the Florida Dirges, bringing you week 6 of the UNPL. This week we play against Morpeko United, coached by none other than Obo, whose draft was pretty scary to prep for, to be honest, since he has some heavy hitters with Ursaluna, Bloodmoon, Infernape, Ogerpon, and Monkey Dory. So that was pretty fun to get ready for. Shout out to Danny Mac and Kurt for helping me build this game. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this team for this week. So first off, we got this fat Sinistcha tea time which is meant to take on his Azumarill. I'm not really expecting Sap Sipper this week when Huge Power Ozzy does a number to my team when Empoleon goes down. So with Sunspore, Hex, and Machagacha to get some health back, and Absorb Boulder as the item to increase its health gain. Next we got Kingpin and Empoleon. Y'all know by now how much I love this mon since it's come pretty much every week this season. This time we're bringing in Choice Specs Empo with Flip Turn for momentum, and with Spec Surf it's going to hit his turn pretty hard. Chien Pao Diego is here, kind of your standard set with Substitute as opposed to Ice Shard. Spit F Gliscor is here to take on Ursaluna and set up rocks. It does kind of get walled by Orthworm though, but that's why we have a Colberberry Cerule Edge with Swords Dance. Colberberry ensures that it should live any of the knockoff at least once. Well, not really at least, but it will live it once. And if it gets a Swords Dance off, it'll be great for endgame with Bitterblade and Shadow Sneak. And finally, Clefabulous, the Clefable. This week is just an overall bulky unaware mon that's here to set up and be annoying. And that's the team for this week, so I'll catch y'all for the battle. Alright, and it's time for the battle now. It looks like this week he brought Ursaluna, Infernape, Orthworm, Azumarill, Ogerpon, and Monkey Dory. I'm honestly kind of expecting either the Orthworm lead or probably an Infernape. Orthworm could set up hazards on me, which I didn't bring removal this week because Empoleon lost Defog, which is sad, but it is what it is. I want to say I can just freely lead off Gliscor here and just protect to get my poison up and kind of see what he's gonna do. So that's what I did. No, I don't see any reason not to lead Gliscor. If he goes Orthworm, it's fine. That's what we have a U-turn for. So, good luck, have fun to my opponent, and this looks like it's gonna be a fun game. I think I am most nervous for his Azumarill and Ursaluna, but it's fine. As he opts to go out lead with the Infernape. It's an interesting lead, even though I did say that I was expecting it, but it's fine. I feel like just to protect the scout is free here. Or I can get at rocks. But just in case for the knockoff, I do go for the protect to make sure that my Gliscor gets toxic for its poison heal ability. And he goes, yep, for the knockoff. So it was definitely a good play right there. Now Gliscor is poisoned, so poison heal activates. And I think here I could go for a Stealth Rock, but I do opt to go for an Earthquake just to get damage. At the switch to Orthworm was probably pretty obvious, but we go for the Earthquake anyway, just in case he tries to go for like another knockoff or something, as he switches out into Orthworm. And Earth Eater kind of why this Gliscor gets completely walled by Orthworm. I don't think there really was much that the worm can do to my Gliscor, but kind of trying to see who would be my best option for switching. I do end up going for the Stealth Rocks because Gliscor this thing does not knock out Gliscor. Sorry for the stutter. Words are hard. But we are going to go ahead and get our rocks up. So anything that comes in is going to start taking chip. As he goes for the Iron Defense. So now I'm expecting with that he's going to have Body Press, which is going to hurt, but luckily Gliscor has natural defense bulk, but we did bring special defensive Gliscor this week. I don't really have much in the way of a switching, except for my 2 ghost types for Body Press. So here I'm just going to go ahead and get U-turn, go for some chip, and get a free swap. I think my best switching would probably be Sinistcha here. Although I probably could have gone Cerule Edge just to try and knock this thing out. But it's fine. We can go ahead and switch Sinistcha into here and start setting up with it. And hopefully do a good chunk of damage as he goes for Iron Defense again. So I'm going to go ahead and Stun Spore. Even though it's already slow. Maybe we get lucky with Para. Maybe. Man, that Gliscor U-turn really didn't do anything to this thing. Sunsport is going to hit, which that's good for us. And he does get paralyzed, which is good for us. Unfortunately for him, we're going to go ahead and go with Hex because that's going to do more damage since it's parried. And that does a lot. As the Heavy Slam is going to do a little chunk to Sinistcha here. I could have gone for the Hex, but I figured Machagacha here was going to kill as well as I get some HP up. But the Hex would have definitely knocked it out. I don't know why I didn't go for it now that I think about it, but it is what it is. If I remember right, I got the lowest possible roll for that Machagacha. So now Sinistcha is going to take nothing because it got paralyzed. So we're just going to go ahead and hit Hex again. And that is first blood of the game. Orthworm is now down, which now it really isn't anything for Gliscor to get walled by, considering Earthquake is going to... It hurts Monkey Dory. I do appreciate a good Sinistcha. I do love this mon. I'm hoping to get a Sinistcha sweep by the end of the season, but he's gonna go out into the Monkey Dory. Monkey Dory is gonna take some poison, some Stealth Rocks chip, and I'm trying to think if my best play would be to stay in or swap. I wanted to spare this thing for Azumarill, since this was my Azumarill check. but I didn't want anything else to take too much damage because I think Gliscor, even if it is special defensive, doesn't do too much. Doesn't take too many hits from Ursaluna, so I wanted to keep that thing healthy as much as possible. I didn't want to risk anyone else getting too much chip, so unfortunately I had to let Sinistcha take some more damage here. But we're just going to go ahead and go for the raw Hex as he goes for the Focus Blast. Probably expecting me to swap into the Empoleon or something, but it's fine. Hex is going to do a chunk of damage. I'm just going to take this moment to swap. He goes for the Sludge Wave, which is going to do a good bit to the Sinistcha. If I would have hexed there, would have gotten another KO, but that's fine. I was expecting either a swap or maybe it was choice. Now this reveals it's not. Right now I'm debating, should I go ahead and sacrifice Sinistcha here or expect another Sludge Wave and go Empoleon or Gliscor as we go into Gliscor, because Monkey Dory really doesn't have anything for Gliscor. As he goes for the Psychic. He's going to do a good chunk, but Gliscor is going to gain some health back. I'm just going to go for Earthquake since he doesn't really have anything that takes it too well except maybe a Zoomerl. But at this point I'm pretty sure if he swaps out, Monkey Dory is still dead to rocks anyway. He's going to go for another Psychic. Earthquake's going to knock this thing out, and that is 2 in our favor. Unfortunately, Gliscor is taking a little bit more chip than I would like, because now it's not going to live a Ursaluna hit like I would hope for it to, but it's okay. Gliscor putting in work by knocking out the Monkey Dory. Now here I'd be expecting like Ursaluna swap or even a Zoomerl to try and finish off Gliscor. McKinney is the Azumarill. Alright. Now I'm expecting Choice Banded huge power Azumarill. So it's either that or Belly Drum is what I was expecting him to bring. I'm just going to go ahead and protect here to gain some health back. To scout to see what he's going to go for. Because if I were, when I protect, if he goes for the same move twice, it kind of shows he could be choice banded or not, as he goes for the play rough. Gliscor is going to gain some health back. I'm thinking my safest bet would probably be to sacrifice Sinistcha here so I can bring Empoleon in for free. Since Sinistcha really doesn't take a hit from anything else. And I'm gonna go for another play rough, which now I'm suspecting he is choice banded. Since he's gone for play rough twice. So I think it's safe to go ahead and go into Empoleon. Because Empoleon's going to take something, I mean, it's not going to do anything super effective back, but at least it can take chips, and Empoleon is going to take play roughs for days. So we're going to go ahead and surf. If he swaps, something's taking a surf to the face. If he stays in, that's more chip for Azumarill. Unfortunately, with Sinistcha down, I don't really have anything to hit this thing hard. So this thing is a problem. So I want to get as much chip as I can. As he decides to swap. Further confirming that that is a Choice Banded, swaps into the Infernape. Infernape's going to take Stealth Rock damage and take a Surf to the face, thus knocking out the Infernape. Not securing Empoleon its first knockout of the game. Now we're kind of locked into the Surf, but that's fine because nothing on his team left really wants to take a Surf except for Azumarill. So we're still in a good spot, even though Azumarill does kind of do a number to the team. I believe that was the Ogerpon. Which was another mon that I really didn't have a solid check for, I don't think. But I definitely did not want to keep Empoleon here, considering that's the last thing I have that will wall Azumarill. So right now I'm kind of just doing some calcs to see what has the best chance of living. And that decision comes down to Clefable. If he goes Swords Dance, then Clefable's not going to care because it is unaware this week. Sigado decides to go for the knockoff, which is just going to knock off my leftovers, which is fine because we have Moonlight for recovery anyway. I'm going to go for the Flamethrower. Hopefully get some super effective damage. If he swaps, it's fine. Maybe we get lucky and get a burn chance. But that wasn't the game of the strategy. It was just Flamethrower to hit what's in front of us. As he goes for he swaps back. Sorry. And now Ursaluna comes out. The Ursaluna is gonna take some chip and take a Flamethrower. Not gonna do max it a little bit more than I was expecting it to do. So now my little Clefable is just staring down this giant bear. I'm gonna go ahead and Calm Mind, hopefully able to live something. Possibly, at least that was my thought process here. Debating on whether I should just go for damage or Calm Mind and do more. I'm trying to run calcs to see what my best option would be. I figured damage more. At that range, even at +1, I'm not surviving anything. Moonblast is going to do a good chunk. I think that hurts puts Ursaluna in range for a vacuum wave from Empoleon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let Clefable go down. So I can safely bring in either Chien Pao or Empoleon. Right now I'm trying to see which does more, either Sacred Sword or Icicle Crash, more base power. Thinking Icicle Crash will just because of the stab, so I'm just gonna hit it. If he swaps an Ogerpon, great. If he doesn't, then Ursaluna either goes down or Azumarill is gonna take an Icicle Crash. Resisted, but it's fine. My Chien Pao really doesn't do much to Azumarill anyway. But chip is chip. Ooh, he was the Ice Berry, okay. But Ursaluna is still gonna go down here. Even with Yache Berry was not enough to spare it from this Icicle Crash. Chien Pao taking another victim. He's going to go back out into the Ogerpon. Ogerpon is going to take some more chip. If it's Chien Pao should outspeed it as long as he's not Scarf Ogerpon, which he was. That's going to do a massive amount to Chien Pao. So he's going to bring out the Azumarill, which isn't going to take a whole lot from this Icicle Crash here. But that is fine. That's chip. So he's going to take Stealth Rock chip and now the little bit of Icicle Crash damage. By a little bit, I mean a decent chunk. And with that, I believe we're just going to go ahead and swap out into Empoleon. Because Empoleon is going to be able to take any hit that this thing brings out. Or I can let Chien Pao go down here and to safely bring in Empoleon. But I opt to go Gliscor. Extra scout, see what other moves he might have. But he goes to the Aqua Jet, which is going to take down the Gliscor. Choice Banded, huge power Aqua Jet, and going to take down a half Gliscor. Even though we weren't Fizz Def, it's still impressive. I'm going to go into Empoleon. Gliscor did its work, did its job. Empoleon is going to come out. And I'm going to go ahead and click Surf. Ogerpon is going to take a good chunk of Surf. Spec Surf. Decent little amount. But now we're locked into Surf. I believe Empoleon doesn't take an Ivy Cudgel too well. I don't quite remember what the calc said, but it's fine. We gotta risk it, go for Surf, because that's kind of really what we're locked into. You can go either Ivy Cudgel or, say, Knockoff. Maybe Horn Leash to get some HP back, but he goes for the Knockoff, which ironically helps us out a little bit, because once Surf knocks this thing out, Surf doesn't knock this thing out because we lost our choice specs. We have access to Vacuum Wave, so it's going to outspeed. I really like this Choice Scarf Ogerpon here. I thought it was pretty cool because I was not expecting it. Vacuum Wave is going to be able to take out the Ogerpon, which then brings him down to just a Azumarill left. Which in a 1v1 Empoleon should win here, even though I didn't bring Flash Cannon this week. That's 2 weeks in a row I didn't bring Flash Cannon to face a Fairy type, but it's fine. It's going to take some rocks damage. And I think my only play here is really to spam Surf. Even with Liquidation, it's not going to be enough to knock out Empoleon. Pretty close, but we have a Vacuum Wave. And with Empoleon outspeeding Azumarill, we are going to beat it in the... We go for Surf. Because Choice Bandit is locked in Liquidation, we outspeed it. And the crit, just for added insult. Good GG to Obo. And good luck for the rest of the season. Go ahead and check them out. And until next week.